Hello. Under other circumstances, I would be doing the information requested intro here, but it's been so long that I can't even do that joke. So, hello. We're doing Cradle again. We are doing Bloodline, which is book 9, I think. Holy shit. At the time of recording, we're not even released Wintersteel yet, so this is going to be enjoyable. We can pretend we're on schedule. It's been a hot minute. I'm joined by Maura. Hello, Maura.
Hi, Lee. How are you?
Quite lovely. I've not read this book in a hot minute either, so Maura will have to guide me from here. So, Bloodline is book 9. It's actually on the shorter side, I think. It's like... I checked Reaper, which is the last book I tracked, which is about 50 pages longer than this one. It's around Ghostwater length, which was on the shorter side as well. I think it's like 100 pages shorter than most of the last ones we've read. So it flew by remarkably quickly on the second go for Maura, not for me. So what did you think?
No, I think I took the same amount of time for my first read and my second read. 2 to 3 days, which is like usual.
Yeah.
So I'm just checking. Bloodline is 11 hours, 9 minutes on audio. And Wintersteel is... Okay, I can't see. Waybound... Okay, Dread God is 12 hours. Reaper is 13 hours. Yeah. It's almost an hour shorter.
Yeah.
So, for one thing, it's been almost a year since we stopped reading Cradle and we are back.
We're back.
Anyway, it's fun. It's good to be back. But also, maybe because it's the second time, there are many things that felt dull to me. Or maybe I have not hyped up myself enough. But overall, it's a solid, enjoyable book. I wouldn't have noticed all the contrivances if I was reading it for the first time, but because I reread it and revised it, it just stood out to me. But still, solid, enjoyable, fun book. Especially the middle parts where, it's just all the funny stuff happens.
Yeah.
So there's so much action, a lot of world building, and then there's a lot of funny stuff between Ethan and Ross.
Yeah.
So, and these two, the new romance, it's just, it's fun. It's fun. Yeah. Nothing like extraordinarily out of the way happened, right? Like no new characters came up. No like unexpected developments happened.
We're catching up. We're catching up with old favorites, like Trilong, whom I remember you quite liked back in, what was it, like Skystorm was the last book we saw him, I think. Like, was book 4 was the last time we saw him. Interact with Lyndon and company. I guess not the last time, but So yeah, it's been a hot minute.
And we're back to Kelsa and Sisha. Yeah, the whole gang.
Also characters.
Guy who.
Yeah. Also characters from Unsold too, which we haven't seen in 8 books, and I don't remember. I'm not going to pretend I remember them. I'm going to take Maura's word here that Monkeris guy was important in book 1. I don't remember.
Is the guy who... Yeah, he's the guy... Okay, this is all spoilers, but he's the guy who... they fought over the spirit fruit.
Yeah.
Lyndon and this cousin. That's Monkeris. Not Jai. There was an elder guy, one of the elders, Amon, on whom Lyndon uses the empty palm, or Amon's father, or something. So all those characters come back, Unsold, all the people are back, including my favorite, Elder Whisper.
Yeah. I think when we did Unsold way back when, we were discussing that Elder Whisper is probably a self-insert character, right? That it is Will White.
Did we?
I remember talking about that vaguely. I don't actually remember if we brought it up on the pod. But yeah, I don't actually know if it's anecdotal completely or just made it up or we found it somewhere. Anyway, if it is true, or at least we pretend it's true, it does give a whole new meaning to, Whisper coming up and yo, you want to know how to kill a dread god? But
yeah,
setting all that aside because I'm getting ahead of myself.
Okay,
so
let's go in an order. Yeah. Shall we just briefly go through what happens?
Yeah.
Where do we begin?
So, we begin basically right where we left off in Wintersteel with, and Lyndon now being a sage-ish. Yeren now being...
Semi-sage.
Yeah. Yeren being a herald-ish.
Semi-herald. Semi-herald, yeah.
A whole bunch of Aqua Golds and whatnot having died because Dodgy's a brick.
Yeah.
So, that's the whole thing.
It starts with judgment scene, is it? Is that the first thing we see?
No, not exactly the first thing.
Apart from the prologue.
Yeah, it's the prologue, which we'll not go into because I don't remember it. Sorry.
No, the prologue is nothing but the Abidan.
Yeah, it's Abidan versus Rocher thing, and he leads this Mad King guy, and it's a whole thing.
Very little of that.
I imagine it's going to be much more important than the next 3 books.
I hope so. Otherwise, why are we wasting time on these people? I don't know. But basically, the Mad King, his backstory was extremely interesting. I found it very funny. I mean, very fun, because he basically...
I hope it's not funny.
It was not funny, no. So he basically takes some artifacts, like somebody's cloak of invisibility and somebody's crown of some stealth. All these type of artifacts which, basically hide you. He takes them and forges them into one single supreme stealth whatever, and still he gets detected. By whom? By Machiel?
Yeah,
by the Hound? By Osriel?
The big boy. The first...
and then...
What's face?
He takes the Hound's scythe.
The first judge, I think, is how it's called. Osriel. Yeah. Osriel is the Reaper, right? Osriel
He's the Reaper, so he steals the Reaper's scythe. That's what the Mad King has.
Yeah.
And the Mad King has sort of fused with this other villain, right? So the Mad King is a good guy, but he's been fused with this bad guy for more than 400 years. Well,
before he was the Mad King, he was the good king. Now he's mad.
He was Daruman. It's like Saruman, and then he becomes Daruman the Deadly.
I never quite thought of that. Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point. Sort of like a Wandolph the Grey, or...
That's what basically is happening. So anyway, basically what is happening with the Abidan Rocher side is iteration 110, Cradle, is too important for them. So they're trying to defend it as much as possible. But on the other hand, they're going on fighting. The fights are very nice. Oh, the billions died. And then all of a sudden they're back.
They didn't.
And then another 10 million die. And then they're back. And after a point, I started thinking, this Suriel is probably full of shit. Which is just, they died. I'm not going to bring them back. I'm just going to save Machiel. And she takes him and, flies away because she needs to save him. I don't know. Is Cradle going to come down to a question of what is good? Is it, like the trolley problem? Is it good to save one Machiel and let a whole planet die? Or is it okay to save a planet and let Machiel die? Is it going to go into that much of philosophy? I doubt it, but who knows?
I mean, I think the objective answer to that would be saving Machiel is going to save a lot more planets, right? That's the whole point.
Still, do you want to kill a whole planet worth of people? Destroy them from the way just to save one judge? How do you justify it?
Listen, my assumption is that the answer the Abidan would give is yes, because that's the whole point of Osriel's existence, right? He cuts off worlds, cuts off infections, which is a bit why it's a big deal. He's now gone, frolicking around with we're not Red Reaper yet, but we do remember from some book or other.
That's the next book, right?
Yeah, we do remember from some book or other, which I honestly don't remember which book it is. I'm sorry that Ethan has Osriel's marble, which is because
yes, we find out quite early.
Osriel was an Aurelius once, so he's his great granddad or whatever. So I imagine there's going to be a whole thing in the next book, which is titled Reaper. The Reaper is going to make a triumphant return when the Dread Gods arrive. Which is going to be a bit of an anticlimactic. How do you kill a Dread God? Yeah, just call up an Abidan on speed dial. Yo, we've got trouble.
New Marvel, who's this?
Yeah. So that's the Abidan storyline.
Let me just put you in. Cradle, kid I saved.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's come back to Bloodline. So that's the Abidan plotline. So we're not worried about that. The main plotline, all the characters are together this time. Nobody is flying off into side quests. Nobody is,
gathering points.
Having a bottle episode stuck in a cave. Yeah, not gathering points. They're all together It's all one big great adventure and meeting old friends, old family, etc. So when we begin with Mercy being called to adjudicate. What's that guy?
Station Dodgy.
That kingdom. Dowji's guy. So he is, because some monarch has given him the power to lie under oath. So he lies under oath and says Lyndon is just fabricating all this evidence
he's libeling me
for a personal agenda. And so Mercy just says, okay, settle your personal vengeance and then we'll see. And what does Lyndon do?
He beats the absolute fuck out of him. Jesus Christ. I probably shouldn't be swearing on a Cradle episode, but like, Jesus. He goes off on him.
So yeah. He does. And then I think he still doesn't die, right?
No.
Because he's also an underlord. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a whole thing. Like, Dross basically asks, like, Lyndon, why didn't you kill him? And it's like, I wanted to. I would have. But I'm a good guy. No, he didn't say that. He said, my name is not Mercy. Mercy would have killed him. Because that's the nice thing to do. But Lyndon's not Mercy.
Yeah. So we end it there. And then what happens? Oh, we get a nice tour of their new house of both the guys.
Yeah.
Lyndon and Erin have Windfall. And what is this guy? What's this? Oh God, what's the fortress which Ethan has? The next door apartment.
Sorry, I don't remember the name.
Something Glory? Exuberant Glory or something?
Probably. Sure. Let's go with that. That sounds apt enough. That sounds like something Ethan would say. Yeah.
No. I think we should find it.
World technical difficulties,
Okay, and there's also the biggest highlight is Mercy nursing Pride back to health. I think that was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
She's nursing him and cutting him fruit and he says, I'm just going to go pick a fight with Erin. And what's her response?
Do you think you can? This book's great. This book's funny. It's genuinely funny.
So many
we may
funny
talk shit
stuff.
later, but it's a funny book.
No, I most of the highlights I've made are all funny stuff.
Yeah.
So what has happened now is they have found out that Lyndon worst fear is coming true. The Dread God is walking towards Sacred Valley instead of 30 years later. It's happening right now.
Yeah.
So what is Lyndon's biggest mission in life?
Save
Sacred Valley. So that's what he tries to do. He goes there along with with his whole team. Mm-hmm. What do you call them? The whole gang. And what does he do there?
I think I called them team.
Sorry?
I think I called them team. I don't think we had a name for them. We should probably come up with a name before we finish the books and we have no name. Anyway, for that there's the team, the whole team, the whole gang.
The gang.
Yeah. I mean, I guess from here on they're called the Twin Sage cult, right? Or sect, rather.
Oh yes, so, they named themselves
Twin
for us.
Star.
This is the sect of the Twin Sage.
Yeah.
Oh, Twin Star. Right. Sorry.
This is confusing.
Okay, one of my highlights from chapter 4. Shall I just read it out?
Yeah,
Ethan
sure.
says, I've always preferred people that look beyond who I am on the inside and really appreciate my gorgeous exterior.
Okay. Next time we shouldn't even ask if, should I read something that Ethan says? Just say it. We'll go with it. We'll roll with it. Anything Ethan says is gold, probably, so just keep it.
So anyway, these guys, they fight the whole thing, what happens is they go fight the Dread God. Before they can fight the Dread God, they decide to evacuate Sacred Valley. And to evacuate Sacred Valley, what do? They go on request charity. Right? Charity for help.
Yeah, they're like, I need a bunch of spaceship. I need a bunch of sky ships? What are they called?
Cloud ships.
Cloud ships, thank you.
Cloud ships.
Thank you, I forgot.
So they need cloud ships with some escorts. and then they will evacuate as much of Sacred Valley as possible before the Red God starts walking. She agrees because they're her favorite people, and so she gives them a whole bunch of stuff. They start going, and what happens? Once they reach there, they realize that they better split up and evacuate, because we have the schools and the clans. Do you remember the clan names?
Yeah, there's the Wei clan, which is where Lyndon's from. There's the Kazan clan, to whom Zeal goes, and there's the Lee clan, I think. Right? It was me?
Yeah.
But with an I?
The Lee clan.
Yeah.
L-I. Where I think this lady goes. Mercy goes.
Mercy, right? Yeah. Mercy.
Yeah. And then there's Heaven's Glory, where they land actually. And there's the Fallen Leaf or Falling Leaf School, which is where Ethan goes.
Yeah.
So they all split up. And then Jai Long and Jai Chen are somewhere near the exit of Sacred Valley. They're almost at the wild lands, but they stop, fight, and try to save as many people as possible. So okay, then they split up, and each one has a separate small storyline of how the Sacred Valley people respond to.
We need to evacuate them, and there's
powerful people coming with bad news. It's fun. Each of the storylines are fun. I think the funniest is Zeal, who's just reclining on his cloud ship. He doesn't wake up. He just closes his eyes. Can you just imagine how amazing that is? He's just sleeping, but they take him there. And then all the gold takes over everything and says, we need to evacuate and blah blah and everything. And then he just keeps sleeping and says, yes, she's right. You guys have to evacuate. And I have one... I thought I had a nice... this is what he thinks to himself when he's being, Zeal. He looks at the clan around him, Kazan clan, because they're all like hardy, sturdy people, right? And then he thinks to himself, he approved. Sacred artists should be hard workers. He was fully aware of his own position, lying on a cloud and drinking elixir straight from a bottle that he'd stored in his void key. I think this is the elixir which could be, technically it is an elixir because it had beneficial effects on the spirit.
Yeah, but more accurately it's wine.
Yes. So I think Zeal had the funnest storyline in this of convincing people. The others basically just had to bully everyone and, push them. And then here we have the Heaven's Glory and Lyndon's own clan trying to turn against him. And Lyndon just felt so betrayed and so mad at them. And he's just so done with them. So...
in the meantime,
Ethan...
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for like Zeal and company, there's like this blooper at the end where it's like Zeal just rolls up with a cloud ship. Come with me if you want to live. Alright, and then they high five and everyone leaves. Which, it's an accurate display of how that storyline goes most of that book. Everything else is like... It's interesting because... I think one of the common things we discussed externally, not on the podcast, externally when we're talking about this book, is how much more of the world we've seen, how different Sacred Valley feels now. Like, you've seen so many True Golds and so many, underlords and ladies and whatnot. It's like, there's another fucking underlord, like, who cares, right? But here, because of the field, which, by the way, almost killed Yeren, like, she entered and immediately just drops because of the Herald thing. It's very...
unbalanced Herald thing,
Yeah. It's very different in the sense that you kind of get a sense of old Lyndon again. Of, this is the shit he would pull to deal with himself now. Right? You get the sense of where Lyndon got all these ideas to be sneaky and use banners and White Fox stuff. Of course, it's not going to work on him now because he's a sage. Okay, cool. But it is nevertheless curious because Lyndon looks at this and he cringes at the amount of people speak. He cringes at the constant betrayals, all of that. But I ask you to think back at how he felt when he first saw Suriel. Like, cool. An opportunity for advancement, to keep going and to save the Sacred Valley and everything. So it is curious because we see the culture from which Lyndon originates. We see where he got all the traits he got, which he has, and where he got them from. We see how that differs from, the other people in his party, like Zeal, who was incredibly powerful and now isn't, and is chill with the idea, like, okay, I'm going to lose my powers again, who cares? Mercy, who was similarly kind of used to it, but also has her own struggles of, I don't want to enforce myself too much. I don't want to bully people into submission, because that's what Malice would do, and I don't want to be like Malice, but eventually she has to. Yeren, who has absolutely no time for anybody, and the only reason she's not nuked the entire place is because she's too weak to actually do it. And Ethan, who is, he's Ethan, somewhere in the middle.
Yes, yeah.
So it
He's
is
just Ethan.
an interesting premise compared to past books of, there's a tournament, or, there's some vague, unformed threat of the Titan half a continent away. It's simultaneously very large in scale. There's Abaddon, Ferocious Warriors. There's the Titan, who is again half a continent away, coming towards us right now, and he's gonna blow the valley to bits. But it's also very grounded in a very... it is funny, and it's simultaneously grating. It's so exhausting to read Lyndon try really, really hard, and then just he gets fucked over every single time. It's that's what he would do as well. So I can't really be too mad.
Yeah.
It's nice storytelling, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So, please continue.
So they do try to evacuate everyone, and then they see that all of a sudden the Red God is almost upon them. Right? The sky turns gold, and then they start seeing the Red God's head or something. And so everyone starts panicking, and at least, they save a handful of refugees out. But meanwhile, what does Yeren do? Because she's too weak and she feels helpless and she needs to do something. She decides to ask all the monarchs for her last gift, the uncount gift. And she's just going to waste it on Sacred Valley. She's just going to ask them to turn the Red God away from Sacred Valley, just so that, Lyndon feels like he saved his home. Right. So what do the monarchs do? They are a bunch of assholes, and they say, fuck you. We're not going to let you kill yourself or waste this huge present on something so stupid. So they decide to just, repair her. And, like a good salesman, they tell her that if we have done our job well, you'll never know that we have helped you. It's such a sales pitch. I don't trust them for 1 second, and she thinks the same. Yeah.
I think
maybe they didn't really do anything, and they're just, just saying it. Yeah?
I think the monarchs are assholes is the sales pitch for 80% of the series.
Yeah, true. I'm going to extend it to the Abidan too, because I don't think the Abidans are good people either. But let's see. So this happens. So Yeren, and even after all this is done, and then Charity says, I'm still going to help you. You're my favorite lady or something, and then pushes her hair back and everything. And okay, this is why I like Malice. I really like Malice because, she's just unhinged, She doesn't care what the other people think, what the other monarchs do. She just doesn't care. She calls the red sage, and because he talks too much, she mutes him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was a moment when Yeren and the red sage have a small, small understanding. I wasn't very sure what that understanding was about. Because I don't think he went and released the Bleeding Phoenix. Or what exactly happened, I'm not sure. That was Shen, but what was the moment between these two, Yeren and the Red Sage? I'm not sure. So maybe it comes up later.
Yeren merging with Ruby is the penultimate thing that the Sage wanted to do, right? That's the whole point of creating and cultivating a blood shadow.
That is already done, right?
Yeah, but last time they met, North Strider punched him through a continent, no? That's what I remember.
Yeah, but no, right now what exactly is there? Do they have an agenda? I'm not sure. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Oh.
So, okay. So the monarchs meet.
Sorry.
And Yeren. Yeah. No, it's just such a fun dialogue because Yeren comes back and you know what she tells Lyndon? How many monarchs have you recruited today? So, that's what she says, and they're back. And then Charity starts fighting. Not Charity, sorry. Malice. Malice starts fighting the Red God. And I think the word bloodline comes up like thrice in this book. Thrice or 4 times. Because one is when Malice fights it and her bloodline armor comes up. And then later they ask Mercy to use her bloodline to again,
fight the Titan, yeah.
To fight the Titan. And then there is Ethan constantly crying because his bloodline is not working here anymore. And then Lyndon in his future vision thinking about what kind of bloodline children he might have.
Yeah.
Including his and Yeren's power. So those are the ways in which bloodline is brought up. Just keep it to one side. Now, so the Titan and the Monarch is fighting and things are happening. Like mountains are getting crushed and footprints are becoming lakes and all sorts of stuff.
It does kind of get lost in the sauce of how cosmically big this whole thing is. Yeah,
it does. Yeah, and then what happens? A second Red God comes, the Bleeding Phoenix, because Regan couldn't keep himself quiet. He goes and feeds it some tiny bone from some powerful hand, and then the Bleeding Phoenix wakes up and it starts, flying over the continent, and all the blood becomes blood spawn. The blood spawn, some of them become blood shadow, and there is chaos. So now there are 2 Dread Gods. And then what happens?
There are 2 monarchs. Yeah.
Why? What was the point? Why the second Red God had to come, and why North Strider had to come from nowhere and fight this Phoenix? And then I was a bit exhausted by them. I don't know why this side story had to happen, because ultimately he drives it off. All we get to see is Yeren and Ruby. Just, they just get almost... They basically shakes them and Yeren and Lyndon. I don't think it served any other purpose. It made Zylong and all, stay back more and need Ethan's help. But nothing really mattered having a second Red God. Because the first time when I read the blooper and I thought, oh shit, he foreshadowed there will be 2 Red Gods. And then the second Red God came. Second Monarch came. And I was just wondering like, oh, what's the point? Why? Anyway, it's not a criticism. It was fun, but still, I still wonder why it happened.
If I had to try and give an explanation. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Is it a raffle? No.
No. I mean, I don't know. I've not read further. I wouldn't know. If I had to try and give an explanation, it's like monarchs are themselves. Like if you look at Fury, right? Fury ascends so as to not break the balance of power. So Shen is essentially trying to use what is probably a weapon, considering that it's called Subject 1 and all of that, to tip the balance of Cradle into his favor and basically become top dog, top lion, I guess. You get the idea.
Top animal, yeah.
Top animal, yeah. Top chicken.
No, I think it specifically says I'm not an animal. I'm a beast, but I'm not an animal. Yeah, so top beast. Sorry.
He's top beast. Sorry, yeah. Well, it's not, because on the one hand you have Yeren basically kill a fucking monarch. That happened. So Shen is also a bit like stripped for power, right? But also Cradle is an immediate risk, and these people are more concerned with petty squabbles of, I'm going to screw them over. I was going to help you anyway, but I'd like to screw these people over first, than, actually bother to help Cradle. And like the only person who has sense does it out of a sense of, devil may care or whatever, gung-ho attitude of, well, I kind of have to, so I might as well. So I don't think Fury is a great pick for ascending into the Abaddon ranks as it stands. So I think it's like, yes, North Rider is around to deal with us, and yes, we can deal with 2 Dread Gods. How many more can we deal with? There's 4, there's 4 total. Malice can deal with 1. North Rider can deal with 2. Who are the others? Is Emrys gonna deal with 1? Probably not. Shen, probably not. The dragon guy's dead.
The winter sword something. She's a monarch or she's a sage?
She's a sage, right? There's a winter sage. There's Aurelius, who's dead. So, I mean, what do we do if there's more beasts coming, or, God forbid, if the actual subject one in the labyrinth gets released?
Monarchs.
What do we do?
Yeah. So we need to make more monarchs.
We need to make more monarchs, or we need to make the monarchs not assholes to one another and stop trying to vie for basically the preparatory world, because there's a lot more bad shit coming, and rather than fighting amongst one another, they should have, joined forces and actually helped to force the issue. This is also an Abaddon problem, like you've brought this up multiple times, but the Abaddon are assholes. Like, they are nominally the forces of good, but they're stuck-up, pretentious pricks, and no one likes them, so no one bothers to ascend unless they absolutely have to. One might say it's a shit system. I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to highlight the flaws and say, draw your own conclusions. But yeah, also it's two dread gods, right? It's cool. It looks cool. It sounds cool.
It does, but sorry. Yeah. So what else happens? So then there is a battle plan against the dread god, which is the highlight of the book. So Dross splits himself into 6 ways and asks each of them for a specific role in taking down the dread god. So that's Zale with his platforms, Ethan with his, with his some weapon, and Eren has to just
I think Ethan's deal was to block a technique from the Titan, right?
Yeah.
And then Eren was like, yeah, just hold him. Just don't get stomped. Just don't get melted.
Yeah, just hold.
I feel like we have disproportionate, responsibilities for different people. Like Mercy didn't get a very fair deal, I think.
But Mercy had to run and lob Orthos at the Dread God.
Yeah, by growing into the size of a building.
And Orthos was also grown.
Yeah.
So all this happens, and then Lyndon does what he does best. So he consumes, right? He consumes the Dread God, and he starts feeling frustration more than anger.
He just wants to go home.
He realizes that the Dread God is just annoyed. Yeah, just have a snack and take a nap, and don't disturb him for another 400 years. That's what he wants. So they realize that, and then the Dread God is turned away basically, and then everyone is back to normal except
what? Dross.
Dross is gone. Dross is more or less gone, more or less lost, but I believe he'll be back. This author wouldn't do that to us, right?
Yeah.
We can't lose Dross, because Dross is the highlight of this whole book.
Mm-hmm.
Every time Ethan opens his mouth, Dross is just so impressed. He's so swayed by anything Ethan does.
Yeah. I mean, I am too, so I 100% get it. I get it. I respect you, Dross.
So that's the basic damage they take in this book. And then everything is back to sort of normal.
I mean,
because now they're wondering what to do. Should we resettle?
Normal in as much as
Sacred Valley, because at
the
end we see that the sect has been created. Sect of the Sage of the Twin Stars.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was so much fun. So
also,
Jai Chen and Jai Long are
Lyndon advanced to Overlord in this book, and we just completely forgot about that.
Oh yeah,
because he's cool as shit anyway. It doesn't matter. He's just an Underlord, but he feels so much stronger than that. So he's like, oh, he was Overlord now. Well, that's lovely. That's great. I'm happy for him. But
Orthos becomes Underlord too. Orthos also advances. He becomes Underlord now. What about Yeren? Yeren is balanced, so maybe in the next one she becomes a full Herald, maybe?
Yeren,
I think so.
Right now it's Overlady, so yeah. I think the next advancement is Archlord, so yeah.
Okay.
Which, by the way, Ethan is an Archlord. Last book, it's just like, it's inconvenient.
I don't know when. Did it happen?
It happened last book, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the one who just before dinner,
like,
he just steps up and says,
it's inconvenient for me to be like
now.
this. I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes, I'll be right back. Yeah, so... Yeah. Ethan Aurelius, everybody. So where we left off is Shen basically trying to open the labyrinth, right? To free the the mother of the Dread Gods, presumably. Whispers around, and he's like, yo, dude, you want to learn how to kill a Dread God? The Abaddon are leaving Cradle to its own devices.
The guy who's selling drugs to these kids.
Yeah, very likely. It's like Path of the White Fox. Nah, dude, it's fentanyl. What else? Yeah, Mercy is... So, one thing that I just thought of, I don't know if you remember, like, the first time, which was in Skysworn as well, the first time we saw, like, the Dread Gods and all that. Do you remember what Malice did? No?
What did she do?
She turned into a building to fight off the Dread God. No, I say a building.
She did?
Yeah, you with the Bloodline armor thing, she just grew, like, to be 20 stories tall, and then basically it's Godzilla'd her way into fighting the Dread God away. Which I think was the Phoenix at the time. And Mercy does the same here, and I think she's probably painfully aware of the parallel. So yeah, I'm very curious to see.
She does think about, when she bullies the Lee clan. No, when Mercy bullies the Lee clan into following her. What's that? And she thinks, it's for their own good. It's okay. Yeah. And then she's, so sad because that's exactly what
her
mother
would
have said,
Yeah.
Where did that thing go?
So, besides that, we have Lyndon and Aaron now, like, both being overlords, and they're complimenting each other very nicely. We have Ethan, who's, like, probably going to be important in the next book. Wild guess. Ethan's going to be important. Wow.
Probably.
Who'd have thunk it?
Maybe. Who knows?
Who'd have thunk it, yeah. What else? Dross will probably be back in a couple of books at most. Like, I don't think Dross is going away. He might be a presence.
He's
after
definitely back.
Lyndon ascends, or whatever.
20% of the next book.
Yeah. The only person I'm not sure of, like, what will happen to is Mercy, actually. Like, Zeal is probably going to be important, but he might die. I could very easily see Zeal dying at some point.
Do you think Jai Long has a role?
I know Jai Chen...
I think their story is done here.
I think... Again, I don't remember the book, I'm very sorry. I think it was like book 5, maybe. Jai Chen was... No, it was book... I don't remember. It was when Lyndon got Little Blue.
Oh, she's the one whom Lyndon should have...
Yeah. And their fates are very closely
intertwined. He should have married her. Right?
Yeah, something like that. So I think she's going to be more important. And because she has a whole bunch of different Madra types and all that. And she shares Ethan's bloodline power. What's up?
We didn't talk about the most important scene in this book.
What's the most important scene in this book?
When Lyndon fights the Dread God, when he's hovering in the air and not the Dread God, the blood spawn. He, targets all the blood spawn, like 100 blood spawn at the time. And Jai Long is looking at him from the ground. For a second, what does it look like? It looks like Lyndon has multicolored wings. Like a phoenix.
Like a phoenix.
Like a heavenly phoenix. Yeah.
It's
so awesome.
Children, it's what we call foreshadowing.
Okay, can we just...
Yeah, go on.
Can we just predict what's happening by the end? All these guys are becoming the Abaddon, right?
I mean...
It's his whole gang. And instead of the... Let me finish. Instead of the previous gang of judges who don't stand each other, who just, they have so many internal politics. Maybe these guys start out as friends and then become judges, and so they'll do a really good job of protecting the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, no, I don't know if
I
all of them.
can see the skepticism
No. The reason I'm skeptical is because I'm not sure about all of them. I'm mostly curious about Mercy. That's my main holdup. I'm mostly curious about how Mercy ends up. I think there's
Suriel. Yeren can never be the Phoenix.
No, I'm not denying that Lyndon will probably end up taking Suriel's place. I'm not saying he isn't. I'm mostly curious about everyone else that isn't Lyndon or Yaren. I think is my holdup.
Ethan's again Osriel.
Okay, I think
he's going to be Osriel.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I think we both agree on that. And if he isn't literally Osriel, that he might become Osriel just by default. He's conspicuously missing for 9 books now. I wonder what. And this guy who is shockingly full of secrets and has a lot, and is curiously his own descendant, and is somehow,
And also extremely gorgeous.
And also extremely gorgeous. I wish people would just focus on the outside, you know? Like, look, I'm fucking beautiful. I'm beautiful. People keep saying, oh, but yeah, you're such a good person on the inside, Ethan. Nobody cares. Look at me. Yeah. So yeah, I do agree that eventually we'll see at least Lyndon and Yaren probably, most likely, become Abaddon.
All four.
I've been
All
wrong
four
before.
is my prediction.
I've been wrong before.
Yeah, once in a while. Very rarely.
Very rare.
So, okay. Any particular scene or anything you want to tell me about? Which stood out to you?
Not specifically that I can remember.
There's one thing though. When I read
Yeah.
Unsold, I was very impressed with Elder Ram. He seemed like a nice guy who was trying to help this unsold little boy.
Yeah.
Showed him all the treasures, and now he's such a traitor. He's such a horrible traitor. So I was very unhappy with that. Yeah, you were just saying something?
No. We'd already talked about how the interplay between how Lyndon was in Sacred Valley and how Lyndon is now works in this book. I guess not really a surprise or a shock to say that Cradle is divided into like 3 different quadrilogies, you know, books 1 through 4, and the tournament arc, and now this, which is like the end game, which presumably ends with Waybound.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I imagine we're in the end game now, so to speak. So, the metaphorical shit's about to hit a metaphorical fan, and we're probably going to see a lot more cosmic destruction on scales not imagined before, and also a lot more cool things done from Lyndon and Yaren, because he's a sage now, dude, and he's learning what that means.
You know what we should do?
Yeah, what's up?
You know what we should do? We should read faster.
That's true. We're going to move the mug, you know? But skip the process.
No, we just took a year to finish. No big deal.
It's okay, it happens. So.
Yeah. So there. Shall we wind up?
I believe so. I'm going to be honest with you, I've completely forgotten how to
Okay,
do the
we
outro.
can keep talking.
No, sure. I've just completely forgotten what we did for an outro.
Oh.
It's been that long. I'm sorry. I'm honestly sorry.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Just say good night. Thank you for listening.
It's been a hot minute. So, yeah. Thank you all very much for listening. We are rusty.
Rusty.
But like the phoenix, we're going to be reborn from our ashes. That doesn't really work. No, probably not. Skip that.
No, I was probably going to come back crying.
Yeah.
When we sit for editing.
Anyway, thank you all, everybody, and we'll see you later, and good night.
Good night. Bye, Lee. Thank you.
Hi, Maura. Thank you.